Certainly put a focus on the inner circle, the alums, the players on the team, and people that made this program what it is early on. And I think that playing at Marquette, competing in a Marquette jersey should mean a little bit more. And I think gaining an appreciation for that, having our players, current players, gain an appreciation for what this program was built on, where it came from, and will help them have a clear vision for where it's going. But having that extra understanding and appreciation, I think, will allow them to play with an edge that will help us win close games and be tough to beat, and ultimately just be a tough team. And I think that so I turned inwards towards our players, towards our alums, and focus on what makes Marquette different, and try to find the best way to get that across to our guys and build through that. I don't think you can understand where you're going unless you understand where you've been. Not that that's a unique thought, but Marquette, I think, is a really unique experience in so many ways, and it offers such a special environment to play Division I lacrosse, and it's challenging in all the right ways, and not necessarily what got us to where we were early on is what's going to get us to the next step, but understanding what it means to be a Marquette lacrosse player is just a piece of it, right? And I think when it comes to watching Marquette lacrosse moving forward, we want to be really great at all the simple things. Things that there's phases of the game where you can lose a game, where if you're not sharp, if you're not well coached, if you're not prepared, if you're not confident in them. And I think of phases like the ride, the clear. I think of ground balls. I think of specialties, transitioning from one to the other. And we want to be great in those phases. And when you're really sharp in those phases, it's makes you a really tough team to beat. And that's ultimately what I want to do. I want to be a team, you might beat us on a day, but we're going to make you feel it. And I want a team that can go against any opponent and be ready for the challenge. And being strong in those phases gives you the confidence to play that way. And I think that it's as simple as how you move in the middle of the field in the clear efficiently, working together in the ride so that you are pinning your opponent into tight windows. Really small things like that go a long way. And so hopefully you'll see a team that's really unified from defense to offense and all the phases of the game that click those together, making us a team that makes less mistakes and leaves very little margin to expose us. The support from and belief from everybody has been amazing, and it's nothing that I take for granted. And in fact, it's something that I've used as motivation to make them proud. Marquette's a place that those people who either had experiences here or know people who have had experiences here, they want to see it do well. And Marquette supports its program to compete against the best. And we will be back to that. And doing it for those people, that inner circle that I alluded to earlier, is those people that have instilled so much belief and trust from the beginning is a huge reason. And we will make them proud, no question. It's about when they watch us play, that brand of lacrosse that we're talking about, a team that's unified on all fronts, a team that knows who they are. I think if it just starts there, we're going to go a long way, and so I'm excited for that, and excited for them to see that. But they've been really consistent with their engagement and feedback, and they're really energized. I think the fall was exactly what it needed to be. There was a great mix of challenge, a great mix and success, and throughout that, being able to stay consistent with what we were valuing, how we were approaching things, is what allowed us to build. And so you look at the fall scrimmage against Lewis, a great Division II team down in Chicago coming up. They were super excited to compete. Our guys were super excited to compete. A lot of our young guys' first opportunities to compete at the college level was a great learning opportunity for us, because those guys played tough, went up 3-0 on us right away, and our guys realized that at college lacrosse, nothing's easy, and they responded really well to that and learned what it takes to be competitive here. And then we go to the alumni scrimmage, which was actually really impactful. We had 50 alums show up, and I gave the team the instruction to make these guys feel it, and make them really proud of the team that we're putting out and the way you guys approach the game. And I felt like our team just didn't want to let the alums down with how hard they competed. The checks they were throwing, the way they were scrapping on the ground balls, was everything that Marquette lacrosse should be about. And then you take that into the next scrimmages against Richmond and Loyola, two teams that we hope to be like, two programs that we hope to be like, two excellent coaches that have their teams in the tournament every year. Two teams that are sharp in all those phases of the game that we want to be sharp in. And we were able to have some success against Loyola, and then go against Richmond and got punched in the mouth. I mean, they were big, strong, athletic, and so having some success early on against Loyola was great for our guys to see the fruits of their labor and that we're on the right path. And then going against Richmond and being challenged the way we were, it was a great reminder that nothing is going to be easy, and there's great teams out here, and if we want a chance, we got to keep working. So you put all that together, it's everything you want in the fall, and you combine it with early mornings and workouts. Not that that's unique to us, but challenging the guys with tough conditioning and really just challenging them how present they are through it all we are one step closer to knowing who we are as a team. And I think to go back to what a team that I coach, what would make me proud, it's a team that looks adversity dead on every time and knows how to handle it. Sometimes that's a 3-goal run by another team, sometimes that's an injury, sometimes that's a tough loss, whatever it is. Our guys will be ready to handle adversity, and that's all I could ask for. Yeah, it's certainly like fall, the summer, it's all about vision and what you're trying to build, and it's all ideas. And when you come into the spring, it's all about production and execution. And so that's where you kind of zoom back down into being really present and focusing on the process and daily competition. I think that we have a lot of room to grow, and we need to get better. And so when you look at the early phase of our season, a couple of weeks we scrimmage Virginia and Navy, two premier programs, and then we start with a game against Michigan, who's been playing at an elite level for a few years now. We need to be ready, and so practice needs to be tough. And so we're looking to hit the ground running with highly competitive practice, physical practice, just so that, like I said, we get one step closer to find out who we are, who we're going to be when those lights turn on and when the whistle blows. And those teams that I mentioned are going to put us to the test. If we're ready for that test, we'll take the results wherever they are. But to not be ready would be a crime. So we'll be ready in these few weeks by really challenging the guys and focusing on being the best Marquette lacrosse team we could be. The offense, really excited to see them be multiple and be able to attack you in many different phases and many different shapes and areas of the field. And defensively, I'm really excited about our short stick play. I think our short stick play specifically is going to allow us to do a little bit more on the defensive side. So really excited to see growth in all areas of the game, honestly. But really want to see the guys be present in competition and in the face of adversity, moment to moment. And if we do that, they know who they are. I like our chances.